Good morning. This is January 23rd, 2023, and it's 7 o'clock a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And let's see, last week what I did is actually bought some put options somewhere in here, and clearly the market went up higher, and it's going up even higher. And it's actually going through the roof right here. And I'm hanging on to my position. I actually bought some March put options because I think by March these markets are going to be way down in here. But this is what's happening now. And if you ask, well, why is these markets going up so high? So the news, there's nothing really positive going on here. Like I said, I don't watch the news. I think it's funny how this thing works. The news has nothing to do with these markets. These are large institutions that are driving these markets up. So all this means is this is eventually going to turn around. The higher it goes, the more it's going to go down. It's going to crash. Now the interesting thing is, you see the ES and the NASDAQ, especially just because it's going way up. But the Dow on the futures, that's the YM, is hardly even moving at all. It's like right here. The Dow in the, there you go, stock market. The Dow index is going up, but not that much. The Dow's only up 81 points. It's like nothing. It's almost like zero. While the ES is up 23 points. And the NASDAQ's up 135. So it's just going through the roof here. And but the Dow's just pretty much sitting there. See, the Dow's, if it was in sync with these, it should be up around, 300 points, something like that. But the Dow futures market really isn't going up that much, It's so these markets are going to turn around and crash. I'm going to buy some more put options once it starts getting up here, because this market looks like it's headed for a really big downturn this week. And that's what the institutions are doing right now. They're just driving these markets up and up and up for no reason. Inflation continues, job layoffs continue, the debt continues, everything continues, and yet these markets are going up. And so all that means is it's going to just hit some top here, and it's going to come crashing down. And when that happens, like I said, after this I'm going to buy some more put options, because it's just going to come down big. And so this is kind of exciting for me because I see the obvious things that are going to happen here. Well, a lot of people are jumping on thinking we're in a bull market. So still early in the morning, 7 o'clock, these markets eventually going to have to stop, especially at this stage right here. It's so early in the morning. It's going to run out of steam and it's going to start heading down. Now they could continue up during the day and wind up here, anything's possible. But like I said, eventually this is going to come down, and it's going to come down hard. And when it comes down hard and you have options, those options are worth a lot of money because they go off of volatility. And that's exactly what we have here. We have a lot of volatility. So we have volatility going up. We're going to have some volatility going down. So I'm going to be dumping a lot of put options in here, and because I see this just coming straight down. But anyway, and there's a lot of indications here. There's like, you got the Dow not moving. It's not doing anything. And so far it looks like the Dow's kind of leading the way on the way down. And eventually this looks like it's going to start turning around here pretty soon and start coming down and break a new low in here for this year. So we'll see what happens. Keep in touch with you on this. So the interesting thing here is, even though I bought my put options here, but bought the foot one. In fact, I just turned off I just put this on pause, and I just bought some more put options right now because this is ready to turn around. So even though I bought some put options here, and the market went up here, and I'm taking a loss, and what you teach people from the beginning, when you start taking a loss a certain amount, you got to get out. So the only reason why I'm not getting out and I'm not feeling anything in my body, like any stomach pains or anything like I used to, or in my throat, is because I'm about 99.9% sure this market is going to turn around really fast and come down. And I'm going to quadruple or even more on my put options, make a lot of money on this right here. Because this to me is pretty obvious. I've seen this so many times. But to the retail trader, they're probably freaking out right now that have bought short or put options because they think that maybe this market is turning around and maybe we're going to go into a bull market. But I know for sure that's not true at all. And eventually it's going to turn around. It's just a matter of timing for me. So I do some scaling. I bought here. Just now I put this on pause, and I just bought some more put options here. So now I have more put options, and this market's going to start coming down. It's just through experience, what I know and what I feel. And I feel very comfortable right now that I took a loss here. But of course, you never take a loss until you sell. And you never have a gain until you sell. So the market goes down here and I'm making a lot of money. If I don't sell, I haven't made anything. I'm still back to where it was because the market turn around, come back up in some cases. I don't think we're gonna see these levels here again for a long time. But we'll see what happens during the day. So here's the VIX indicator I mentioned before. This is usually a long-term indicator where the market's at, and it's around 19, and it should be up around 80 by the time we hit bottom. So we're pretty far from that. So we got a long ways to go to hit bottom. So I don't really rely on this because it's not so accurate day to day, and since I'm a day-to-day trader, meaning I'm in and out within the week, this doesn't tell me anything. But long term, meaning we're in a bear market, and for the long run, we got another year maybe until this finally hits bottom, maybe a little bit longer, and this is going to hit 85. So we're far away from that. So we got a lot of money to be made here. So the unfortunate thing about this is we're going to have millions of people losing their jobs. Families will be destroyed, pension funds gone, banks closing, industries like construction are going to shut down, real estate's going to go down. And that sounds negative, but it's what happens during a market recession, or in this case could be depression. But reason why I'm making this video is I can help people to prevent that. And if you have pension funds or anything out there, money sitting in a bank, it's a good place to right this minute now is to do something about that. You always want to do your own research. Somebody the other day gave a good example of when you buy a car, before you do that, you go and you look at what kind of car you want. Let's say a Honda Civic, and you know what year you want, you know how much you're going to pay, pretty much all of that. Then you go and you test drive it, so you're doing some research. But nobody does research on their finances. They don't know where their dollar is going when they put it in the bank, or when they put in their pension fund, or when they put in the stock market. And it's a good idea to learn about that. And so what I'll do, I'm going to leave a link down below to a couple of these people that I watch. And these people have been around a long time. I'm not going to really watch anybody who hasn't been around from at least 20 years. And these people have been around a long time, and they can help educate you on where your dollar goes every time you spend it. It's really interesting, and this way you can see, and then you'll see where these markets are eventually going to go, even though you see these going up. And a lot of people get fooled by this. But what you want to know is not so much what's happening today, but what's going to happen tomorrow. And yeah, so I'll leave a link below, and this way you can check maybe a couple links, and then you can check this out for yourself. You've got to do your own research. Okay, so I think that wraps it up for today. It's a little after 7, and Pacific Standard Time, and the markets continue to go up. And how far are they going to go? Well, I don't know how far they're going to drive this up. But all I know is the further up they drive this, the further down it's going to go. So everything looks good. People are probably cheering right now. They're probably jumping on board, putting all their money in. But this thing's going to turn around. So that's it for now, and we'll talk tomorrow. Also, one more thing, be sure that you see this link that I'm going to put down below. This is literally can save your financial life. If you learn about where your money is actually going and what the dollar is actually worth, and who actually runs this whole show. And like I said, I'm not being a pessimist. I guess you can say I'm being a realist, but basically this is what's really happening in these markets, and it's been going on forever. So yeah, check out that link below.